Hi everyone, Suzanne here with a moment of pause or reflection, just for you to take a little bit of time to ground yourself and anchor in with your beautiful breath wherever you're at. It's a wonderful opportunity to just come home to that. If you have a lot going on in your mind, let that be there. Do not let your mind stop doing what it is supposed to be doing. You're just going to maybe give it another direction and something to focus on. In this case, it would be the breath. It would be the rise and fall. It would be the connection in and feeling it in your body as you breathe, and feeling where it fills up, where there is a pause, and then where there is a release. So wherever you're at, just find a sense of grounding down. So your feet are on the ground, or if you're lying down, you're just lying flat. And take in a few big breaths. So a big inhale, pulling the breath in. And notice there's a pause. You can pause to hold that breath, suspend it. And then exhale, let it out. You can just let it out like you're deflating a balloon or feeling it release out of your mouth. And let your shoulders come down when you release and let go in that out breath. So again, take another big inhale. You can have your mouth open if it's not comfortable to have, just breathe through the nose. So whatever works for you, pull that breath in. Big inhale. Bring in that nice pause. Just suspend it, hold it. And then exhale, let it go. And then just normal breathing. In and out of your nose, or if you're needing to keep your mouth open, it's perfectly fine. You're just working with what is and what works for you right now. So we'll do that again, another big inhale, pulling that breath in. And then take a pause. And then see if you can sip in a little bit more air. Pause. And then exhale, let that all go. Whoosh it out. Whoosh. Let it go. And then just normal breath. Your own unique normal breath pattern. So take for a moment a feeling and connection with how your body is feeling just after those 3 really big breaths that you invited into your body. Maybe you feel a little bit of the settling. You can imagine that like we are like a body of water, and there could be all of this commotion, all of this that's going on top of the water, almost as if that was our brain, everything going on, busy activity and churning movement. But underneath in the surface, if you go down, way down below, it's very quiet, it's very still, it's very calm. And when you anchor in and you connect in with that breath, you can just feel into that calming sensation, that connecting in. And just knowing that that is always there for you. It's always a home base, a place to go to, a place to return to, a safe space to just reconnect and maybe just recenter yourself. So if you do that, 20 times a day, pulling yourself into that. Or maybe you're only doing it once a day. That's a beautiful body connection and release for your body and your nervous system and your stress levels. It makes a really big difference because you never know what the next moment, the next hour will bring you. But you do know, excuse me, that you do have that in yourself to return back into that breath, into that space. And then sometimes if you have a moment and you find a little bit of that calming sensation, you might connect within something in your body, some discomfort, some pain, some stress level that you're holding and you're carrying. These pauses that you can take in brings you a deeper awareness of what's going on in your body. You might feel a real tightness in your neck, in your shoulders, in your collarbone. You might feel at the base of the skull, there's a lot of tightness, maybe even in your low back, in your hips, in your knees. And you can take a few moments and a few breaths. You're just sending your breath there. So you would just breathe in and exhale, soften the jaw. Breathe in. Send your breath to soften your shoulders. Take a breath in. And then let your breath soften in your lower back. So you're just breathing in, breathing out, and you'll feel a little bit more of a release. You're letting your mind go into that space, and you're letting your breath kind of softening into it. And that is just a connection that you can bring in also anytime. Anytime, anything that's going on in your life. So let the brain do what it does. You're going to find yourself in your past. You're going to find yourself in your future. You're going to find yourself in present moment. And that's not going to stop. But then you can also find yourself connecting in and letting that breath, that's that constant reminder, constant companion, constant with you in every step and walk in your life. So I know it can sound silly to remind people to breathe, but we all do it. You might want to bring some awareness of how many times during the day you hold your breath. You notice you are kind of suspending that breath. Take your breath deeper into your belly. Do a few cleansing of breath. And then feel a little bit of the calming and maybe a little bit more space in your mind to go on your next step, on wherever it takes you, wherever it leads. Another good practice to do is to notice the pauses between your breath. As you inhale, you notice there's a pause. As you exhale, you notice there's another pause. So it's interesting to find and connect in with that space of pause. It's a real stillness. It's, for a lot of people, describe it as a space of peace. So that is it. That's all I had for today. Just a brief reconnecting and anchoring in. And I invite you to feel compassion and kindness for yourself as you go through life, and feel a sense of empathy and compassion and kindness for others as they walk on this path. So I thank you, and until next time, take care.